Hello YouTube, welcome to my Beauty Nation. Is there something on my face? So I'm sure you guys are looking at this video and you're like, oh my god, what did he do? Why does he got this Luigi thing going on? Okay, the thing is that my beard sometimes grows in patches and sometimes hair just gets really patchy and so it doesn't get really even, so I end up shaving it. And usually if I want to do a full shave, I'll shave everything off, but I decided to just keep this little piece because I had this a long time ago. So you're going to get a full face of me wearing, a full face of foundation. So let's get this video started. So I've already cleansed and toned and done all that good jazz. Now I'm just going in with a serum actually instead of a moisturizer. Sometimes I use moisturizers instead of serums. I'm going to go in with the Plump Filler from Dior, which is my favorite new serum. This is like, it's awesome. It's from their Capture Youth line. It's a new line that they've come up with, and the Capture Youth line essentially is for someone who essentially falls in my age range, someone who's in their 30s, who just wants to keep aging at bay, or if you're someone who has really good skin and you happen to be a bit older, and if you still have, skin that's held up very well and you just want to maintain it, then this is for you. This is the Touche Eclat Blur Primer, and this is a deluxe sample of this. I need to just go ahead and buy it. It is stuck at the bottom. If you like the Lure Primer from Guerlain, you will love this primer because it's very similar. It has the gold flecks in it, and it is just amazing. Can't tell you the last time I did a full face of makeup, because I always have my beard. So I love having a beard because I don't have options, because I don't have hair. Because my lips are on ash, I'm going to also go in with the Lip Glow Pomade. This is by Dior as well. Something I've not used in a minute. I love this product. Forgot about it. Now on to the star of the show, the Cover FX Foundation, the Power Play Foundation. I actually got shades G90 and G100 because it was Sephora lighting, and we all know how that goes. So 100 looked like it probably was my shade, but it kind of looked dark. It looked dark on my wrist, and usually I just go by my wrist. That's just how I match foundation. And G90 looked light as well, but I was thinking that this actually is more so my shade, so we'll find out. I personally do not believe in mixing shades. If a brand is going to get my money for a foundation, it's going to be in one shade and one shade only. We don't do mixing here. I'm going to put a dab of G90 on my hand. And I'm going to just put a little bit on my face, and I'm going to go in the center of my face. Usually, if you want to match a foundation, a great way to match is in this area of the face, I have learned. Also, of course, you can do the neck test as well, but this is just what I like to do. Let's see. Now let's do G100. Yeah, this one looks... See, it's like in lighting, yeah. This one looks more like my shade. Yeah, G100 looks more right. And I know that as we get into the summer, I'm going to get darker, so definitely G100 is my shade. So I did go ahead and just wipe that off on this side of my face, and we're just going to go in with G100 since that looks to be the winner. And I'm using actually a very small amount. What I noticed when I first applied this yesterday is how you really actually have time, at least in my experience, I had time to kind of let it just sit there on my face as opposed to drying very quickly, which is very typical for these types of foundations. I do have a damp beauty blender. And we're just going to pound this into the face. Okay, so the foundation has been applied, and I did apply a little bit of bronzer. So now I'm just going to go in with my Tarte face tape, shape tape, whatever it's called, and use that concealer. This is way more makeup than I want to wear. I really want to do a full face. It's a full coverage foundation, so why not? We'll even put some on the nose just to play. This one on the chin too. Why not? All the YouTubers are doing it. Go ahead and blend this out. Just going to use a little bit of Dior's Universal Brow Pencil. Just a hair. Ooh, this is a lot of makeup. I'm also going to go ahead and set my foundation with the La Mer powder, my new favorite. I have a video on that, as you should know. Or if you don't, if you're new here, thank you for coming. Thank you. Welcome to the party, darling. What in RuPaul's Drag Race is going on here? Just going to take a big fluffy brush and dust this off. Ooh, this foundation is pretty. For a highlight, I decided to take it back, and I'm going to use this Armani Maestro powder in, it is so old, I don't even know what it is. It's a microfill loose powder, and it's in like this pink reflex that just spilled on my hands. Oh, Lord. Look at this. If I remember correctly, this was really pretty, so could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, yes. It's very pretty. And of course, because I have a warm complexion, I normally would not wear something that's pink, but I'm kind of playing today. Smidgen on the brow bone. Oh, Lord. Okay, I put way too much on. Hold on. We can fix that. First of all, I want to say hello to everyone and thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe down below and click the notification button just so that you will receive all updates regarding any videos that I happen to come out with. And if you are someone who likes content from people who actually have a background in what they're talking about and people who provide you with truthful information, unbiased reviews, this is your channel to be a part of. So definitely feel free to subscribe to my Beauty Nation. And to those of you who are already subscribed, thank you very much for your support. I truly appreciate it. So here's the Power Play Foundation. It retails for $44. I believe it comes in 40 different shades, so there's an assortment of colors to choose from. I think it was very well done as far as how they separate everything out because they have neutrals, they have pinks, and of course they have golden undertones, and that's denoted by the letter that you can see. So you'll see a shade with an N in front of it, or P, or G. And in my case, I happened to pick up G90 and G100 solely because of Sephora lighting, and I really wasn't sure which one I should actually keep. So I went ahead and just bought both of them. It also includes 1.18 fluid ounces, and it has a very nice millennial friendly, as I mentioned in previous videos with Marc Jacobs foundation and also with Dior's foundation, latest foundations. It's very millennial friendly. It's nice plastic packaging. This would be great to travel with. It is the same type of idea where you need to kind of shake it up, make sure it's facing down just so that you can get the product out. So I'm going to go ahead and show you G90. So here are both colors, with the lightest color being G90 right here on this side, and on this side is G100, which is the shade that I'm actually wearing. And here's just a little verbiage about the foundation. A long-wearing liquid foundation formulated with innovative high-impact pigments that provide buildable medium to full coverage and a breathable weightless finish. A trio of ultrafine powders control shine and help visibly blur imperfections all day without dulling or drying complexion. Clinically tested, paraben fragrance, gluten, mineral oil, and talc-free, also vegan. Cover FX also recommends to shake it very well, as I mentioned, before using, and also to use a setting powder to reduce transfer. So when it comes to using this foundation, it definitely is a full coverage foundation. You will definitely get your money's worth when it comes to that. It is a true medium to full coverage. If you use a very small amount, you'll get a medium coverage. You could actually even shear it out if desired. However, the more you use, the more you're going to get a fuller coverage. But very little is needed, and that's something that people need to keep in mind, because I mentioned that it's the same situation with the Dior Forever Undercover Foundation. Very little is needed to get the desired effect. It has a very natural finish. It's a beautiful finish, feels weightless on the skin as advertised. It's a beautiful foundation. It is long wearing. Yesterday I fell asleep and I woke up and it was still in my face. Nothing moved. That was something that was kind of funny. But that's a sign of a full coverage foundation. That's what full coverage foundations will do. If it all just, is on your pillow, then it's probably not the best foundation, or maybe you didn't set it and I happened to set it. That may be why it didn't actually, transfer, because of course, virtually all foundations will transfer unless you use some type of, a Dermablend spray or something like that. But overall, I will say that this is an excellent foundation. This might be one of my new favorite fuller coverage foundations. It's just a gorgeous finish, and that being that this is not only a full coverage foundation, but this is also more of a matte type of finish. The only reason why you will see a type of glow on my skin is solely because of the Armani powder I mentioned that I put on my face, and just some other products I put just to create more of a glow. But if you weren't to use anything, you're just going to get a matte, natural type of finish on the skin. I wouldn't even consider it a soft matte. I would just say it's just a standard matte formula, or finish rather. And this foundation is definitely oily friendly. If you are an oily girl or boy, I highly recommend this foundation. It's at a great price point. You know, you're getting 1.18 ounces of product. You don't really need a lot. However, if you are someone who likes to use a lot of foundation, you may go through this foundation very quickly, which can happen with any foundation. I also did not experience any oxidation, so that, you know, the color that you're seeing when you first apply it is what you're going to see all throughout the day. I didn't experience that yesterday. I didn't experience that in this demo. So you won't experience that. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful foundation. It definitely, the buzz that you hear on social media, it's warranted. It's a beautiful formula. Highly recommended. This is a foundation that, you know, if you are someone who is oily, or if you like more of a matte, long wear, full coverage formula, this is for you. It's a bomb foundation, y'all. This is definitely HG status. Yeah. I don't even need to use this foundation for a week or for a month to tell you that, just because I have so many foundations. I work with so many foundations. I know a good foundation when I use it right upon impact. So, you know, being that I tried it yesterday and I just applied it again today, and being that today I am pretty much clean shaven and I see what it does and it passes my stubble test or my 5 o'clock shadow test, being that when I am clean shaven, if a foundation can go through that and it doesn't leave anything like, doesn't start beating up or cause those types of problems for me, then it's a bomb foundation. And this is definitely it. I don't see any mentioning of sunscreen. Sunscreen and foundations really are irrelevant to me, because I recommend that you use a sunscreen that is under your foundation, specifically because in foundations with sunscreens, you'd have to apply so much of a foundation to get what's actually advertised. I recommend, you know, just getting a sunscreen, just get a broad spectrum SPF, and make sure that you're using at least 30, because that gives you at least 97% protection, because of course there's no such thing as 100% protection from the sun when you are using a sunscreen, and that's just simply mathematically not going to happen. So this is a great foundation, guys. Definitely let me know down below if you have tried this foundation. Do you like this foundation? Do you hate it? Is it good for you? Does it suck for you? Whatever is your opinion about this foundation, definitely shoot off down below in the comments and let everyone know. This is all one big community, and everyone's opinion will differ because it's an opinion. I mean, nothing's going to be the same. Definitely rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. I feel so young right now, being that I'm about to turn 30, you know, in a couple months. I'm very pleased. Anyway, that's really all I got, guys. Bye.